Ni betul-betul sebelum buka ni. I will discuss again with the other lecturers if we can do it probably earlier. Okay, if you don't have class, your lecturer, the other lecturers maybe will be asking the students. So dia serentak. I will discuss again on if this is okay, then this is the time. Okay, but okay. Apa tu Farhan already 43. Okay, assume S equal, saya terletak 1 cosine square x sine square x cosine 2x are all real function. Determine whether the given set is a basis for span S. Okay, determine whether the given set is a basis of span S. Okay. A 1, 2, 3. 1 cosine sine. Okay. B 1 and 4. 1 and cosine. Okay. Now the difference is you cannot find what is span S. Okay, because this is just for any x, for any degree, right? In radian or in degree, this will give a number, right? Okay, for whatever x you put in, this will give a number. You remember the function, right? What is the function has domain and the range, okay? And span S is the linear combination, right? So span S is a linear combination okay. What we know is cosine 2x can be written as these two. Okay, what is cosine 2x? Last time I wrote this, right? 2 what is it? 2 cosine x minus 1. Right? Yeah. Betul tak? Cuba type sikit. Okay. So you see that span of S is span of just this 3, but cosine squared plus sine squared is already 1. Okay, so this is already a linear combination of these two, so you don't actually need this and this. Okay, so first of thing is you don't need all because they are linearly dependent. So you can get rid of the linear combination, right? That is one thing. So from this, second question is, okay, this is okay. This also span this. So span, I will call this S prime. Span S prime is the same thing as span S. They span the same thing. You remember last time I said that, for example, if you have x and y, right? This 1, 0, 0, 1 is R2, right? The span. Span of this is the whole R2, right? They span everything. If you add one more, I think we do this example, one of this, like this in class. Maybe you add one more, span of this thing is also R2. You don't need this one more because this already span R2. So you add any more you don't need, but when you add some more, it is still span R2. This is the biggest. Okay? So you can actually just cross this out. It will span the same thing. By putting this in, this becomes linearly dependent. That is the problem. Span is still the same, but it becomes linearly dependent. This is already independent. So if you ask about spanning, yes, they span the same thing. But if you ask about basis, a basis, no, this is not a basis. Okay, this is not a basis because it's linearly dependent. This is a basis. So the same thing here. Okay, span of this is equal to the span of this. Okay, now this is just a set. I didn't say this is a basis. This is just a set S. Now we want to find whether the given set is a basis or not of the span. Now for this one, the span are the same, but this is not a basis. Why? Because this is linearly dependent. How do I know? Because cosine squared plus sine squared is 1, right? So I bring this to the other one and we get negative 1 plus cosine squared x plus sine squared x equal 0. Okay, so this is a linear combination when you have C1 plus C2 plus anything the marker plus C3 okay, this is independent or not. C1 times 1 plus C2 cosine squared plus C3 sine squared equals 0. Does it mean all Ci is 0? But you already have this formula, right? And you bring 1 to the other side. So C1 is negative 1, C2 is 1, C3 is 1. They are not all 0, but the linear combination is equal to 0. So S prime is not linearly independent. Okay? Since this is not linearly independent, so it is not a basis. Okay? It is not a basis. It spans S, but it is not a basis. Siapa yang bertanya tadi? Faham tak? Jawapan dia salah Jawapan dia 43 is not a basis. Kat belakang tu dia kata yes. Okay, some of the answers they are typos. Let me know kalau yang ada silap tu. It is not a basis because it is not linearly independent. Siapa yang bertanya tadi? Okay, dah Okay. For part B ni, okay. This is also span the same thing, because you can get, okay, what does it mean by do they span the same thing? If you can get one from the other one, like this one is a linear combination of these two, kan? Or linear combination of these two, okay? So you can actually cross out this and this, because you can get from this one. For this one, cosine 2x, okay, apa tadi formula dia? 2 cosine squared x minus 1 is cosine 2x, right? Okay, so from these two you can get cosine squared, and then satu lagi, kan? Okay, from these two you can also get sine squared. So they span the same thing. So span of s prime ni, kalau ni nama dia s prime juga, double prime lah pula, span s double prime is equal to span s. Alright, because again you can write sine and cosine in terms of cosine 2x and 1. Now, are they linearly independent or not? Okay, ni susah sikit sebab dia tak berkenaan, This and this has no relation, okay? How? Saya tak pernah bagi contoh ni, it's a good question. Okay, how to show S double prime is linearly independent? Okay, so C1 dot 1 plus C2 cosine 2x equals 0. Does it imply C1 is C2 is 0? Okay, betul. Jawapan kat belakang ada yang tak betul. So Aziza, after this, if you can just send me a personal message, let me double check, okay? Then I will let you know which one yang memang, whether you are right or not. So you can list all from chapter 1 to 3 yang tak betul, because some of the questions are changed, tapi jawapan dia mungkin tak tertukar. Okay, so if you are not sure because of the answer in the back, you can just ask to double check, okay? Or you are not sure of your own answer. This one, macam mana nak selesaikan ni, right? Because it's cosine x. So what you can do, since this is true for all x, you can just put in some value of x, okay? Because this is true for all x. So say when x is 0, at least we need two value, right? Because we have two unknowns. Macam mana nak selesaikan cuma there is only one equation? You need at least two equation to solve for two unknowns, kan? Okay, so when x is 0, what is cosine of 0? So you have C1. What is cosine of 0 is 1, right? So plus C2 is 0. Apa lagi? X is pi over 2. Okay, x is pi over 2. C1. What is cosine pi? 2 times pi over 2 is 2 times pi over 2 is pi, kan? Okay. What is cosine of pi? This is how I remember. Negative 1, eh? You all pakai calculator je, kan? Okay, so solve this. solve this. Tak payahlah nak pakai row reduce, tapi it's so easy, right? So C1 is C2 is 0. Okay, so S double prime is linearly independent. Since it's linearly independent and it span S, so it is a basis. So the answer for this is no, the answer for this is yes. Okay, right? Next question is negative 1. 47 ya. Okay. Saya padam ya. The test date might change, but it will not be next week. Okay, itu yang penting. Okay. 47. Find a basis for S equal x, y, z, x plus 2y minus z is 0. B is A, B, C, D. A plus D is 0. C, S is A 0, 0, C. A, C in R. Okay, you know, this is a plane, right? This is a plane. So the plane has dimension 2. Okay, so you need a basis of 2 vectors. Okay, and how do you get the 2 vectors? Right. So if you look at x plus 2y minus z is 0, I put this in this form just to show you that this is not free. These two are free variable. Okay, so y is C1, z is C2. Okay, this is free, this is free. So when you write your answer x, y, z, if you remember when I was mentioning this for chapter 2, I said in chapter 3 we will write this way with the free variable because we will take the vectors as the basis. This is why. Okay, so x is negative 2y plus z, right? X is negative 2y plus z. So it's negative 2 C1 plus C2. So when you write, this is negative 2 C1 plus C2, y is C1, z is C2. Then when you take out C1, you get negative 2, 1, 0, plus you take out C2, 1, 0, 1. Okay, so take the coefficient. Take out C1, you get negative 2, 1, there is no C1, so it's 0. Plus, take out C2, 1, no C2, 0, C2, 1. So, a basis is negative 2, 1, 0 and 1, 0. Siapa yang tanya tadi? Number 47, eh? So you have to have 2. And this is not unique. This is not unique. Meaning, you can give, how I get this 2 is, I take C1 is 1, C2 is 0. C1 is 1, C2 is 0, I get this one, right? Then I take C1 is 0, C2 is 1, I get this one. Okay? C1, C2 can be any real number. So you can take any combination of these two. Then you will get a basis. We just need 2. So always take 2 je lah, senang kan? Okay. For B is very similar. Faham eh? Okay. Saya padam. So the basic thing is chapter 2 kan? Okay, how you understand the question, how you write the answer. This is very simple chapter 2. Alright? Okay. Now, for this one, you have to know that this is a matrix. Okay, this is a matrix. And this is the equation. Okay? Right. So, you will write 1, A plus D is 0. So if you write A, B, C, D, what do you get? You get A, B, C, D, right? Okay, so because the variable here, just now the variable is x, y, z, right? That's why we have x, y, z. Now the variable here is A, B, C, D, but you only have A plus D is 0. So what does it mean? B, C, D, they are all free variable. Okay? Okay. Tak ada jalan kerja pun. When it's too easy, it's too hard. Okay, so now macam mana nak tulis balik ni? Just this, right? So A plus D is 0. So A is negative D kan? Okay. B is free variable. C is free variable. D also is free variable. Okay. A is negative D. So A is actually negative K3 kan? Right? Free variable K1, free variable K2, and then D is also free variable 1, 2, 3. And then from this equation, A plus D is 0, so A is negative D, so A depends on D. A is negative K3. Now, it's not A, B, C, D. You remember it's A, B, C, D? Right? So you have to fill out. This is a matrix, yeah? A is negative K3, B is K1, C is K2, D is K3. So S is in this form. Okay, then you rewrite macam tadi to get the basis. Okay, so keluarkan K1 0, 1, 0, 0. Keluarkan K2 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. And then take out K3, negative 1, 0, 0, 1. Right? So these three are the basis. Okay, you cannot really see kan, tak nampak macam basis cuma satu ke dua ke, no. So the answer will be S, a basis is this. Okay. And the one given in the answer is 1, negative 1 kan? It's okay. Because this is negative of the other one. Right? So, if you even put 2, negative 2 pun tak apa. Okay, even if you put here any other number, also is okay. So, the answers are not unique. Right? But you have to have 3 matrices. Okay? If you understand, you can just type there. If you don't understand, you can just write, Prof, can you explain again? I will explain. The third one is easy because it's already put in this form. There is no equation to solve. This is easy. You can just take out A and then C. So these two are the bases. Right? So you will put S equal 1, 0, 0, 0, comma 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay. So that is number 47. Find a basis. So the answer is not unique. Yeah? Okay. Any other question? For the next class, if you can find any other question even from these notes, reference books, anything that you found anywhere that you want to solve, that you cannot solve, or you want to share with your friend, you can ask anytime in the next class. Okay? Okay, so we don't have class on Sunday because tomorrow is a public holiday. Okay, so selamat berpuasa semua. Tomorrow we start fasting, our fasting month. So in Johor, 1 Ramadan, 1st of Ramadan is public holiday. Since it falls on Friday, meaning Sunday is also off. Okay, so we don't have class on Sunday. Our next class will be next Thursday. So next Thursday, in the meantime, if you have questions, you can share first in the WhatsApp, or some of you send me the solution that tak pernah orang call kan masa kelas saya. It's the first time. I normally don't receive calls. Okay, so apa tadi saya cakap? Oh, some of you share with me your solution. Okay. If possible, please discuss first within your group. Okay. And see whether you can solve among yourself. Kalau dalam group pun you cannot solve it, then you can share with me. Otherwise, because I don't want 50 students to send me their solution, so you should discuss first. And if you really cannot find the answer even for your group members, then send to me questions or send me some of your friends' answers and your answer, like last time I share with the whole class. Okay. So I will start. In the meantime, you can also start with the next section, which is just the right calculation of a matrix and row reduce. Okay, that is row, what is it? Row apa ni? Lupa pula nama dia. Row space and column space. Okay, row space and column space and null space. There are three things. And then I will go to the Gram-Schmidt. Gram-Schmidt is the last part. Then we'll finish chapter 3. Okay. And test 2 is only on chapter 3. Okay. So your assignment nanti, I will let you know how it's gonna be graded and done. You will see. Again, if you want to take some selfie or photos while you're having this class, you want to share with me, send me in private WhatsApp, share in the group, or post it anywhere, tag me. My Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook, they all have the same name, Niza Sarmin. And what else? What else? Tak ada lagi ya? Alright, so no class on Sunday, next class on Thursday. So I wish everyone a good long weekend. Okay, stay safe, take care, stay at home. If just now you didn't scan, okay, let me know. Alright, bye.